Part C. The boundary. How often do you hear someone say, you just need to love yourself? There is a popular 80s song that claims that this is the greatest gift of all. But really, what does it mean to love yourself? What if a more accurate phrase was be content with yourself? And to be content with yourself was to feel connected in a way where nothing could shake you, where you would feel firm in your space, where you would feel comfortable simply being with you. This is the essence of a boundary, the ability to know what space is yours and what space is not yours, what you are responsible for and what you are not responsible for, that you no longer have to carry the weight of emotions and behaviors that don't belong to you. I believe that this is at the core of knowing yourself, that loving yourself is actually a plea to be connected with yourself. You have to be connected with yourself before you can connect to another. The problem we have is that we try to use others to feel connected without first being connected to ourselves. Your child's behavior is most likely a plea to feel connected, to feel like they belong. The most powerful way for you to give this gift to your child is for you to be connected to yourself and to help her connect to herself. This is done through healthy boundary setting. This section will walk you through how to use boundaries to grow both of you. Growth in a love for the self and a love for each other. Chapter 9. Separateness. We didn't realize we were making memories. We just knew we were having fun. Winnie the Pooh. Understanding separateness is important in your child's development as an individual. When it comes to humans, the boundary is the division between what is yours and what is mine. It is what separates you from me. Separateness is knowing that your emotions belong to you and your child's emotions belong to them. You are not responsible for your child's emotions. You are responsible for how you interact with her emotions, but you are not responsible for how she experiences her emotion. When you feel responsible for your child's emotions, you may think it's an invitation to control the emotion. For example, stop that right now. You're okay. You're overreacting. Your child's out-of-control energy will be inviting you to come and control her. You must resist this seemingly desperate plea, as it undermines the process of growing up confident. No one can control another person's emotions. You cannot control what your child feels inside. What you can do is influence your child's experience with the emotion. When you set a boundary, you say, that is yours and this is mine, which actually says, I can't take care of that feeling for you, but what I can do is be right here for you while you go through it. It may be uncomfortable, but you will make it through. I love you. I am right here. The only way for your child to manage their emotions is to go through it. She must go into it. Feel the force, Luke, for all you Star Wars fans. To feel it and to tolerate it is how we grow. It's like physically training the body. The more you go into the pain, the stronger you will become. The only difference here is that you are building your child's emotional self instead of her physical self. Nurturing your child's emotional self is how she grows closer to you and how she grows closer to herself. When she feels in touch with herself, she feels powerful. Once connected to herself, she is motivated to become the amazing force that is inside of her. Your child's greatest challenge in life will be to manage her own force of nature. Your child's greatest strength in life will be the management of her emotions. Your child will find success in anything they do when they take responsibility for what is theirs. Success will be when your child can own their emotions and have the power to face them. You set your child up for success when you nurture the ability to tolerate discomfort, to meet the emotion head on. When your child knows that you won't take on their emotions, but you will be right there while they work through it. Your child needs your strength to become a strength of their own. This is how you get your child's emotion to calm. This is the way to restore harmony in the body and let the thinking brain get back to work towards growth. This is the way to master the self. Your relationship with your child is one of their most valuable resources. Unhealthy relationships confuse the line between what is yours and what is mine. Unhealthy relationships include making other people responsible for your emotions. We need to stay away from this. Parents often perpetuate a toxic environment and then place blame on their children. Parents blame children when they react with anger or frustration. Healthy relationships can separate the difference and be okay with that. You are responsible for your emotions. Your child is responsible for theirs. How you feel in a situation is your own experience. How you behave is your responsibility. Your child may be the kindling, but they are not responsible for your emotions. You are. When your child creates an emotional response within you, your child is not the source of your upset. The source is the discomfort that you feel at the expense of the stimuli coming from your child. What you are feeling has to do with all the stored up garbage that you carry. So you can't blame your child when you react to her emotion. You are responsible not to react. You are responsible to have firm boundaries in place. The boundaries that separate you from me, what is mine and what is yours. How you respond will set the tone of your relationship with your child. This directly influences how your child handles her own emotions and how your child feels about herself. You must tend to your own discomfort. You need to heal whatever is driving your own pain. Commit to your own resolve and keep this energy from your child. The discomfort is yours, not theirs. You are your child's mentor. Your child relies on you to set the tone for how to interact with her emotions. Keeping the two of you separate grows both of you at the same time. When you manage your emotions, your child feels safe and supported. When you don't engage with her emotions, you communicate that you can manage her overpowering sensations. This gives her strength. She will follow your lead. If you want your child to be calmer, happier, and more regulated, you first have to model how to do this. It is important to note that regulating emotions is not the same as hiding emotion. Ignoring or suppressing your own emotion is counterproductive. It's like pushing a beach ball under the water until it bops you in the face. Ignoring emotion is not the same as being neutral. Neutral is listening to yourself and tending to your needs without engaging. Then allowing space for your child to work through her stuff. Strength and stillness come from your ability to tend to your own emotional space. You take a moment when you need to. You interact when you can remain neutral. A boundary ensures that your emotions remain yours and your child's emotions remain your child's. When your child is emotional, you don't take this on either. When your moody teenager tries to engage you in her sullenness, you do not match her behavior, nor do you mock and tease. When your toddler starts to scream for more cookies, you do not entertain a rationale, nor do you start yelling at your little one. The purpose of the boundary is to provide space for growth and maturation for your child. You acknowledge your child's emotional state. You help them to meet the emotion. You guide your child in listening to her emotions. To understand herself and not be afraid, you keep what is yours, and you help her through what is hers. Each child is like a tree. Self-regulation is the roots of a tree. A storm is the stressors of life. The deeper the roots reach into the ground, the less likely the tree is to be uprooted in a storm. The roots grow deeper every time there is an emotional storm, and you do not get pulled in. You are there to support your child, but you do not engage in the emotion. When the storm comes, you safely hold your place in the storm because of the depth of your own roots. The healthy boundaries you place will grow the roots of her tree. If your roots are not very deep, then you need to start growing your own. Your child cannot do this for you. You will have to find a strong adult to do this. You are your own tree. Your child is her own tree. Your support is essential for her to grow her roots of emotional regulation.